They rise, they thrive, and then they fall. Every great civilization in history has followed this cycle. But what about us? Could modern society be next? Let's explore the lessons from history's greatest empires and what they tell us about our future. From the towering pyramids of Egypt to the technological marvels of today, civilizations have left their marks on history. But none of them lasted forever. Time and again, they've crumbled, sometimes from external threats, but often from within. The question is, are we doomed to follow the same path? Or can we learn from the mistakes of the past and avoid the fall? In this video, we'll dive into the rise and fall of civilizations, exploring the patterns that connect ancient empires to our modern world. And as always, we'll leave you with a big question to ponder. What's next for humanity? Let's start at the beginning. What makes a civilization rise? It usually begins with a shared vision, whether it's survival, exploration, or conquest. Ancient Egypt, for example, flourished because of its mastery of the Nile. The Roman Empire, military innovation, and political strategy. And let's not forget the Mayans, who excelled in astronomy and agriculture. But it's not just resources or technology that create a great civilization. It's also culture. Think about the art, philosophy, and architecture of ancient Greece, or the advancements in science and mathematics from the Islamic Golden Age. These weren't just practical achievements, they were expressions of identity and purpose. Now here's the big question. Why do civilizations fall? History gives us some clear answers, and they're often interconnected. The first is environmental collapse. Take the Mayans. They faced severe droughts that crippled their agricultural systems, leading to famine and unrest. Next, there's political corruption and inequality. The Roman Empire is a classic example. As wealth became concentrated in the hands of a few, the gap between rich and poor widened, weakening the social fabric. Then there are external threats, invading armies, natural disasters, or pandemics. But perhaps the most dangerous factor is complacency. When a civilization becomes too comfortable, it stops innovating, leaving it vulnerable to internal decay and external competition. So what about us? Modern civilization is more advanced than any that came before. But does that make us immune to the forces that brought others down? Let's consider some parallels. Environmental collapse is a growing concern. Climate change, deforestation, and water shortages echo the challenges faced by past civilizations. Political corruption and inequality are also on the rise, with power and wealth concentrated in fewer hands. And while our technology is advancing at an incredible pace, are we becoming too dependent on it? Could a massive cyber attack or an AI malfunction bring our systems crashing down? If history has taught us anything, it's that civilizations can avoid collapse if they're willing to adapt. The Japanese, for example, survived the Meiji Restoration by modernizing their economy and military while preserving their cultural identity. Similarly, some argue that the European Union represents a successful response to the devastation of two world wars by fostering unity and cooperation. But adaptation requires sacrifice and foresight. It means addressing inequality, protecting the environment, and investing in resilience. Most importantly, it requires us to value long-term survival over short-term gain. So, are we on the brink of collapse, or can we rewrite the story? The answer isn't written in stone. It's up to us. If we learn from history's mistakes, we have a chance to build a civilization that lasts. But if we ignore the warning signs, we might just become another cautionary tale. The truth is, Humanity's greatest challenge isn't external, it's internal. It's about overcoming greed, apathy, and division to create a better future for everyone. What do you think? Are we doomed to follow the cycle of rise and fall? Or can we break free from history's pattern? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your vision for humanity's future. And don't forget to subscribe to God and Gravity for more deep dives into the mysteries of existence, history, and what lies ahead. The future of civilization is in our hands. Let's shape it together.